Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. It's gonna be a totally raw life update. I'm currently making dinner and I thought this would be a great time to also talk a little bit about life and what I've been up to in recent weeks. So before we get started, this is what's on the menu today. So we have some mushroom and baby broccoli, and this is one of the secrets in making broccoli, because a lot of people just use the top of the broccoli and they never eat the stem. And I would recommend, if you have some time, definitely prep the stem, because the stem is actually very delicious. A lot of people just don't know, they throw all the goodness away. So it takes a little bit of time getting rid of the outside of the stem, but in the end I think it's totally worth it. Even my girlfriend does it now. It's a pain in the butt to do that, but it's totally worth it. So we're gonna mix some veggies, and I have some onions. I'm currently cutting onions here. We're gonna fry it with some meatballs and add a few eggs for the extra protein. And what I'm doing today is actually adding some kimchi as well. And I'm not sure how it's gonna taste with that. It's gonna be something new that I'm gonna try. But a little bit of spiciness and acidity is probably, let's see. Okay, I hope it's not gonna be too loud if I fry this. When I'm cooking, I usually use extra virgin olive oil, ideally cold pressed. So no seed oil, no vegetable oil. I hope the microphone is not going to pick up all the extra noise. So, yes. Yeah, I've been back from Bangkok since a few weeks, and maybe you have seen my previous videos. I actually put a lot of effort into editing them that I didn't want to do actually, but in the end I spent more time making these videos nice than I intended to. But that is why this one is going to be super simple, like a friendly conversation. Yeah, I've been back from Bangkok since a few weeks, and I've been very quiet because I've been training more, focus more on my training, focus more on nutrition. I started to cook, as you can see. So before, when Andrew was here, we always used to go out, and now I am more in control of what I'm eating, because I have some health and fitness goals until the end of the year, and that is why I'm more rigorous with my food intake. And yeah, sometimes it's a little bit boring. I do still go out sometimes with friends, but I keep it to the minimum. I do completely monk mode. I got rid of Instagram at the moment and not get distracted, because I've been very focused on business. So my daily routine looks very, very basic. I get up, I meditate, I brush my teeth, drink my coffee, get some emails done to support customers, blah, 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 fulfill orders, and then I go to the gym. I come back and I make more products. So I'm in the print-on-demand business, and let's go into some print-on-demand. So e-commerce has been very slow for me this year. It is very disappointing, to be honest. Maybe my expectations were just too high, but you know, with the election season and also combined with the macroeconomics these days, the spending power of people is just not on the same level as previous years. And this year I feel it extremely, to be honest. At the beginning of the year, when I decided to stop with Kleinborg, I actually had a lot of high goals, but you know, it is what it is. So I've been spending a lot of time lately thinking about new strategies, how to pivot the business, make it better, make more products. And yeah, Etsy has not been very successful this year as a company as well. And so the traffic is way down and their stock is down. So all the sellers on Etsy are also experiencing, it's the same for them as well. It's very disheartening sometimes because you put a lot of effort into making things and then, the results are very slow. So, but I think, during these times when things are not really according to plan, this is when you grow the most, because when everything just works well, you never think about changing anything. And, when business doesn't go well, this is when you actually have to move. You have to find ways to pivot and stabilize. And this is where I find myself at the moment. So sometimes I go into, honestly, negative thoughts, but I catch myself and try to get out of this very quickly. Because when things don't go so well, you start to question. Talk to any business owner. They all went through these phases where they question everything. And I question a lot of my business lately. So I have to find ways to make it work differently, because strategies that worked like 3 years ago during the pandemic, and during the pandemic everyone is growing. Every e-commerce business was growing because sales were just going nuts online, right? But now we are basically coming back to reality, and these previous years were really unpredictable and also for business like unusual. It is what it is. But now we have to find ways to overcome the economic situation, because people just have way less spending power in the US, where the main market is, where I'm selling. And everything I can do is I need to focus on, so I'm focusing on what I can control and not let things outside of my control determine my actions too much. And what I can control is doing some research, market research, and making more products at the end of the day. And one of the biggest things I have faced in recent weeks really is the use of AI. I've been very hesitant of using AI in my business for a long time. And now I just came to the conclusion that it just makes my life easier. I always had this block that I can't use AI. I have to do everything myself. And now I'm like, okay, it's as a solo business owner, sometimes you have to face it and use the tools to get ahead and make progress. A lot of other people doing this, why not you? And that was, I think, my biggest realization in recent weeks, where I just had to embrace AI for my business, print-on-demand business. And I can't do everything just myself. It takes too long. It takes too much time. And so far, that strategy has not been able to help me scale my e-com business. And that is why I had to pivot. It's going to be interesting. So the biggest difference is I managed to make more products now with the use of AI. I'm mainly using Midjourney, to be honest. What a lot of people don't understand, and why artists think that AI is destroying a lot of business for them, is they think that there's no skill to it. You just insert a prompt and then you get an image and then you sell it. It does make a lot of things easier. No, not gonna lie, it saves a lot of time. However, AI is still so sporadic and so unpredictable that sometimes it just creates like random stuff that where I have to go in and clean up a lot of stuff. And one of my previous coach says, who's a shaman apprentice, very spiritual, he says AI is not going to go away, so we can either embrace it as a spiritual person, right? So we either can embrace it or fight it, and you should never put anything without any consciousness out there. When you use AI, always go back and check and make it better than what the AI is outputting. In this case, by doing that, you actually put your own consciousness into it, and so it comes with a positive energy attached. And I always keep that in mind also for the art business, print-on-demand art business. Is I always go in, I clean things up, I make sure that the composition is nice and that the art makes sense. So, and this way I put my own consciousness into it, and it's not just some dead algorithm producing stuff. Okay, we have some great stuff here. This is something I actually learned in Bulgaria. Making meatballs. Making meatballs, you don't move the meatballs too often. You let it really just sit, and so it seals from one side, it gets crispy, and then you add all the onions on the side, it caramelizes, and you just let it sit. Okay. So once I'm done with the meatballs, I'm gonna dump in the veggies and fry them extra. So yeah, that's my life update so far. For the rest of the year, I just go ahead with monk mode. I feel pretty okay with it at the moment. I'm not spending too much time going out. You know, I actually don't like to drink and go out at night because it kind of messes with my routine and sleep. So I just work most of the time, trying to make more products every day, pushing out few products and grow the catalog until the economy picks up again. So I think these are, you know, the story of, what was it? The rabbit and the turtle. And, you know, there's so many stories about that. Slow but steady gets you ahead. Don't rush it. Trust in the journey and have faith. That's the most important. I do a lot of subconscious programming lately, positive affirmations on Spotify before I go to sleep. That helps a lot. Just trying to stay in a positive mindset and not letting outside circumstances determine what's going on inside of me. Especially during these times when there's a lot of fear about everything, anything and everything in the world. There's a lot of fear, especially with the latest presidential election. People go into that fear a lot for things that don't even happen yet. And no matter which side it is, to be honest. So I'm trying to stay away from it because there's nothing I can do about it, you know? Just let things play out and see what happens and adjust. Yeah, if you're running a business, how's it going for you? I would be interested to know. And yeah, I think that's it from my side. I keep it very short today, just under 10 minutes, hopefully. I'm gonna finish everything and then maybe show later what the outcome is. And until then.